Welcome back to another episode of Fact or Freestyle,
where we uncover facts from BMX.
And now we're going to find out what's going on.
Let's see how far down this rabbit hole we go.
Warning: Joe didn't actually quit. He made a pinky promise that he forgot to tell the guys about.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Joe's such a dick.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, I got to take Angie out for ice cream, so I won't be able to do the show today.
What?
Joe's got problems, man. You think you got problems? I think I got problems. Joe is just a complete fucking idiot.
Oh.
And so then today we're gonna have a guy on that has Tourette's, and I have a million questions for him. A million.
Yeah. What's up, Justin? How's it going?
So good to see you in person.
Yeah.
And Ray.
Yeah.
Justin, what's up, man? How you doing?
It's a good day, thank you. I just want to make sure I have this set up. Let's see, gallery view. It's where I can see everybody. Okay.
You can see everybody.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah.
This is so cool to be here. Can you hear me okay?
Oh
yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Boy, if Dave doesn't show up, we'll be lucky. It'll probably be the best show we ever do if Dave doesn't show up. It'll just be the three of us. If we could figure out how to block him, and it could just be us, and I'll just badmouth Joe and Dave the whole time.
Sounds good. One question I have is, do you guys ever mute your microphone, or do you leave it on the whole time? Does that like mess with? Because especially with me making noise constantly.
Yeah, I leave mine on the whole time because I talk all the time. But if you wanted to, you could mute it, and then when you want to talk, you just hit it. You know.
Yeah.
That might be good. I don't know. I'll try to remember. I don't do Zoom very often, so I'm not good with this. But hello, Dave. Nice to meet you.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
Good. How you doing, Dave?
Really
I'm doing
good.
well. I'm a little bit in shock because Joe is not participating in this call, and
I fired
really?
Joe.
Yeah.
I fired
feel
Joe.
a bit-
We're gonna have to have an interview process to let him back on. We might just get Justin to take his place. I think
Justin, you can
take his
Joe's
place in 2 seconds.
He's causing too much trouble.
Yeah.
I see.
Well,
love you. Fuck, this
I
is
feel a little
exciting.
responsible, Ray.
Why that Joe's not with us today? Because
Because I started the whole quitting, and now I'm back. I want to do it, and I feel like it's important. And I've been trying to get the team back together, and it just hasn't worked.
Yeah, I saw that one about the quitting.
That was all. We found out the quitting was almost all fake, Justin. We couldn't figure out. We still haven't figured out what Dave's a mystery to us. So
No, but there's the reality to it. But I can't show all my cards. But yeah, I think I covered it, Ray. That
I think
sometimes
Justin agrees with me that the middle finger's coming out a little more prevalent there. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah,
See?
there are a lot. I promise you that. It's like constant thing. That's resting hand face.
I'm doing a lot of middle fingers
Always.
too. I'm just hiding mine underneath my thing so Dave doesn't know that I'm pissed at him.
No
well,
problem.
I think we all have filters, but maybe Justin can help us to really get connected with our feelings, so we can just speak our mind.
Yeah.
Joe, you're such a jerk right now. I can't believe you. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah. So based on so far, am I like overpowering the audio with my constant noise? Because I can try to remember to mute for a while, and then, but I don't know, because I'm like constant noise.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's totally up to you. I mean, if you feel like you want to try it, you can try it, but I don't.
Okay.
Because
I don't mind if people hear me, but like I just don't want to be like no one can hear you because of me. I don't know.
Yeah. No, thanks for being conscientious of that, but I think it's fine. And if we decide to do something different, we'll just let you know. I would like to start off with a little how-to, because oh wait, not yet, because we have somebody coming. Maybe
Matt Berenger's on.
Are you
Now is this
kidding
Matt?
me?
Is this the
I
regular
knew he
Matt
was gonna be.
Berenger? Is that the famous Matt
Yeah.
Berenger or a different Matt
Oh my
Berenger? I
God.
only know there's a famous Matt Berenger. He used to
I
ride
love
the
There's
Matt.
only
devil.
Matt Berenger. Fuck me.
Is that
Oh
Matt
my God.
Berenger? It is.
Fuck. Holy fuck.
Matt, what's
Firetruck.
up, dude?
What's up? I figured out how to use my phone and make
There you
the
go.
thing go to
Oh my
talk to you guys.
God.
Hey,
Holy.
hey, Matt,
Nice
can you
to-
turn your phone? Can you turn your
me.
phone so we get the wide screen?
Oh
It's a
my
little better.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now we get all of you. I love that you
Fuck.
do it in your shop because that shop looks so
Yeah.
intriguing.
Fuck.
I could spend hours and days in that
It's a
shop. Look
wrap.
at
Look at
that.
that. Holy shit.
Fuck your kill. Shut up. I love you. Oh my God. Thanks for coming
So-
on, Matt. This is such a surprise. Oh my gosh. Fuck.
For
So,
sure.
Matt, I wanted to surprise Justin because
Holy
I thought he would be
fuck.
really thrilled, and it seems like he is. So
Firetruck.
thanks for making the time.
Yeah.
I know you have a barbecue coming up in a bit that you got to get ready. It looks like you're already
Mhm.
drinking to start it off, so that's good. What are you drinking, Matt?
I got a press,
Fuck.
one of those
Shut up.
alcohol seltzer things.
Fuck.
Less like
It's not a
Diet
wine cooler,
Sprite
right?
than
Because
the
wine
other
coolers
ones.
are out from the 80s.
Yeah, we're not allowed to
This
have
is
we're not
Zima.
allowed to have wine coolers on the show. They're banned. That and apologies are banned from the show.
Shut
No
up.
apologies
I'm
and no wine
sorry.
cooler.
Fuck. Fuck. Oh,
So,
red solo.
Red
Justin,
solo cups.
Justin, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. Did you have
Okay.
anything that you wanted to ask Matt, or I don't know, tell Matt, or
Well, I think we established this many years ago. You may not remember, but we had the same band director, but just
Oh,
at a
shit.
different school.
Oh,
Mr. Wayman,
brilliant.
you played the saxophone, and then I played the flute years later.
What?
I
That's
showed him
crazy.
a magazine with pictures of you, and the look on his face was priceless.
Mr.
I had
Wayman.
no idea.
Oh man,
That's so
it
cool.
is
Shut up.
my saxophone.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you still play it. I need to get my flute out. I haven't played in a long time, but that's cool. And,
Justin, if we have you
one-
back,
one-
Justin, you can bring your flute, okay?
But yeah, I need to practice. But the one time I've gotten to meet you in person, Matt, it was very, very briefly. Was at the Flick Tricks Jam for your toy.
Oh,
That
that's
Flick
right.
Tricks made your ramp as a toy, and you had the jam for that. And I got to meet you
2009.
very briefly back then.
That's right.
And that was like the highlight of my life.
Dang.
Nice.
What about meeting
That was
Dave
an
Norrie
awesome
now?
day. But,
Hey.
huh?
What about meeting Dave Norrie now? I know you're a huge
Oh,
Norrie
yeah.
fan.
Hey,
Yeah,
I was just gonna do
second
this
highlight.
bit,
But,
Matt, I was
Yeah.
gonna give Justin just a quick little how-to on the Nori handstand, because he's doing them great. And I think there's a couple things that I could show you, Justin, that will make it a little easier on you. You're
Right.
doing it the hardest way possible, I think.
I
And
got-
Matt, can,
I gotta. Let's see if I can.
but
So
I
here's the bike.
love you. Holy fuck, that's
Right.
awesome. Yeah.
Here's the bike. This is the bike. And
But
This-
that-
this
shut
is
up.
you.
Holy
okay,
awesome.
and now do a
And-
Nori handstand with Gumby.
Oh man, how do I? I don't know how to do it.
All right, it's
You
okay.
have to
I'll
explain
show,
that.
I'll show
Thank
Justin.
God.
Matt,
Hey,
Matt's a real rider. He doesn't know how to do those silly show tricks.
oh, there
you
he,
know what I mean?
no, there he
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. But
Hey, hey, Matt, I love you. I love you, Matt.
Oh, you guys.
I'm practicing being, no filters, just speaking what comes to mind. Justin, thanks for your input.
yeah.
What exactly would you call a Nori handstand? What does that involve?
I'll show you right now because I want to show Justin. I'm in this tiny
Yeah.
little hotel room and I'm not sure how the camera will work.
Yeah.
But,
Why is Dave always in like a different room or a
Holy-
different country or a different
Fire.
state? Is he like he's like an assassin for the CIA? He's never
Yeah.
just like at home.
you
Yeah.
never know.
There's always like chickens crowing in the back and dogs
Shut up.
barking, a random little kid walking around. It's so fucking weird,
Yeah.
man.
I'm in Manchester, UK. And there was a jam today. There was about 20 riders. And I did this, I posted this picture of James McGraw's kids on my bike doing a Gumby.
Yeah.
And I said, how many do you think I could have on? And they said, well, what about five people and myself? And we did it. We had two people on people's shoulders, and they were like big people. They weren't like kids. 5 grown adults on the bike while I was doing the Gumby.
You're a meal. I want to touch your tits. Touch me.
Bob Harrow's comment was, be careful, Dave.
Be careful.
It's a lot of weight coming down if everybody crashes.
Yeah, it's true. There was a lot of weight on it. Okay, Justin, here's my quick little, I don't want to spend a lot of time, but I told you I'd do this. Just a couple pointers that I think might help with the Nori handstand. First off, you do it amazing. So this is not discounting anything. You just, I feel like you do it the most difficult way. Okay, so
I know I need to go more vertical, so I would take any tips you
Tip
have.
the camera down a little bit, Dave.
Yeah.
Bring your camera down a little. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Okay.
We don't care to see your face. We want to see the bike.
Yeah, I know. We know what that looks like.
Okay, Justin, the first thing I would do is instead of, you're doing it like this, right?
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let me get a little bit better. I want you to see my feet more so than my body. Okay, so you're doing it where you're both feet on.
Shut up. Touch me.
I gotta put my shoes on for safety's sake. You know, we do a safety demonstration, and we say wear good shoes, right? Okay, here you go.
Oh, shut up.
So Justin, I'm gonna show you the way that I see you do it. You do it like this, right?
Yeah.
And then you go down like that. Okay?
Yeah.
I think it's a little easier if you just do it from the peg.
Oh,
it's a lot easier. Come up and down on the peg. Okay. The second thing I would have to do is you put your head on this side of the bars. Okay, so my bars are turned. The right bar is turned into the seat. Put my head on this side of the bar. And
I didn't realize I do that.
Put my shoulder right on the crossbar.
Touch your hips.
Okay, so watch. I go all the way
So far,
down.
this just was like one of your runs, Dave. Slow and boring.
Slow and boring. I'm trying to teach here. This is not a run.
I'm trying to get Matt to laugh. I almost got him to laugh a little bit.
It was a chuckle.
He was like, yeah, you know what, Ray's right, dude. Dave is slow and boring, but
okay, I'll argue with that, Ray.
You'll argue with that? Okay, so 10 more seconds. I think Justin, after you practice for a bit, I like to see a post of it, okay? Because I think it will change it.
For sure.
So the second thing is make sure your head's down, grab with your left hand on the tire and put your shoulder all the way down and then go up.
Okay.
Come back to the peg. See how I came to the peg? It's a lot easier to ride out.
Yeah. My biggest problem is riding out because I'm not that flexible to get my feet all the way up. So that's perfect. Thank you.
Right back to the tires. It's so hard. I couldn't do that. I would be.
Here we go.
Look,
Go, Matt. Go, Matt.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Does anybody know where he lives if we have to call 911 and get an ambulance there?
Dude.
Matt, the head's on the other side of the bars. Let's see, which way is this bar turned?
Matt looks like he needs a 29. There's a big dude. There we go. The sawhorse.
Matt is the best. Look at this.
Smart. I love you. Holy fuck, Firetruck. You're real. Shut up. Nice.
Justin,
There
we love you, Justin. Okay.
That was close enough, Matt.
Yeah, that belly.
If you had one more sawhorse, you could do it.
Right?
Look at that belly.
Yeah, and that's why you need to stand
I
on the
wish
peg.
my belly was that big.
Oh my gosh. Man, you can take that on tour.
What are you talking about?
Oh, look, he's
I
fit.
can't even get in.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, guys. What
Thank
else
you
do
for
we
the
want to talk
introduction.
about?
That's
All right. I want to talk Ray. I will argue Dave's, you say Dave's slow and drops and
Shut up.
puts his foot down a lot.
Yeah.
If you didn't see him at the Bentonville show, his run was dominating. It was
And he
fast.
he rides really fast. Doesn't he do his tricks real fast though when he does them?
Yeah.
He does them like he's doing a show in the rain and he's got to get all his tricks done.
But
You know what I mean?
but he commands it. He commands every single trick.
Yeah.
There was that laser focus. So I will fight you on as slow and boring.
I was just
That
trying
was
to,
the most
trying to make
entertaining.
fun of him. I
know.
enjoy making fun of Dave. I don't know
I
why.
know.
It's just
He
he's an
Ray
easy
and I-
target.
Yeah, I think I'm an easy target, and what Ray says is true to a certain degree, and then I have to like be okay with that, the truth behind that, and I have to kind of stand up for it. Like when he said, "I'm an '80s hack writer," which is true.
I said an 80s show hack. There's a big difference.
Oh, show hack! Thank you.
Show
A
hack's way different than an 80s hack.
Yeah.
And it's even more true. It's even more true, right? And
But
so,
I'm kidding when I say that. I hope, right? I'm kidding. I say
of course,
I
but
say it
also have
to
to
just
be,
do what we're doing now and talk about it. I mean, you are
it
a
has
show
to be able to
hack,
bounce
but
off my chest. I have to just be able to and own it. It's like when a kid would say, "Oh, you're a show off,"
yeah.
and I'd be like,
No, I'm a show
you're
hack.
right. I'm
not a show off. I'm a show hack.
Yeah, I guess that's my response. I could say, "No, I'm a show
Yeah.
hack."
I say it all the time too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I just felt I needed to defend Dave just because that run that I saw at the Bentonville show was just so awesome. Like he just comes spinning in super fast and you can just see him just command the stage. And I don't know, it was just really awesome to see.
Andy, apparently you weren't around in the 80s and saw the Haro show because I saw it about 6 times, so I'm not that impressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw the Dave.
30 years.
I saw the Dave Norrie show at the end of the road at Mission Beach, 1997, when I was there for the X Games, and he was sessioning the road at the end of right by the roller coaster.
Yeah, right by the roller coaster.
You saw the old Dave Norrie. I saw the young Dave Norrie. I saw the cigarette smoking Dave Norrie, like the 22-year-old Norrie.
Yeah,
He has not aged at
97.
all.
Yeah. 97 though. I was probably up like top of my game, Ray. I probably had
97. He was just turning 50.
Underground.
That's just where I started riding. Cool.
In 97?
Nice. Somewhere between 98 to 2000. I lose track, but nice.
How often do you ride, Justin? How much do you ride? How often do you ride?
I try to do once a day, at least for 5 minutes. Like I try to make time at least 5 minutes, or maybe up to an hour if I have more time. Harder in the summer with the kids home. When they're in school, it's easier to go do it. But yeah, I try to get out every day, or at least 3 or 4 times a week.
If you're speaking to the viewers of this show, what would you recommend? Is it 5 minutes a day, at least a minimum 5 minutes a day? Because that's a pretty good formula. Because if you get 5 minutes in, I mean, it's going to turn into 15 or 2 hours or what have you.
Yeah, that's just to establish the habit and consistency. And then, often you'll have more time than that. But if you just at least do 5 minutes, that's easy to make time for,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
Justin, I saw the thing. I saw one of your posts. I think it was yesterday or something where you're doing like you're balancing on the tire, and when you're focused like that, you don't have any ticks. And I thought that was crazy how like you sit there and you're balancing and not doing any ticks.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. When the brain focuses on a certain thing, it just calms you while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So like while playing the flute in school band, I never ticked while playing, and while doing bike tricks. As soon as it's like an electrical switch. As soon as the trick starts, it turns my ticks off. Yeah. And then the very second that the trick is over, as soon as both wheels are on the ground safe, the ticks come right back.
I figured it out. I know what you got to do. We got to get you a unicycle. If you ride a unicycle all day, you'll be so engrossed in the unicycle, you'll be cured, man. Dr. Ray.
I haven't owned one in years, but I actually used to ride unicycles back in high school
really?
a lot. I would ride them in the mountains.
They're hard as hell to ride, aren't they? I can't even come close. I can't even pick one up and carry it, let alone ride it.
Once you get it, it's not too bad. But naturally, being a Flatlander, I wanted to learn tricks. So then I was always pushing harder and harder. And it can get a little scary, some of the tricks on unicycle.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that.
I tried it
very,
too.
very-
I tried it too. Hey Matt, when is your barbecue right now? It's happening today, right? You're getting
Yeah, I got a while at 7 o'clock. But
And what do you have to do to get ready for it? Like order the kegs? You're getting 10 kegs this time? How many kegs?
Order
no,
the kegs.
let me.
Do people still
Yeah.
order kegs? Do people still get kegs for a party?
Not
College
Utah,
kids.
kegs aren't allowed.
Oh wait,
Okay.
you're in Utah, right?
No
Aren't there like
kegs in
drinking
Utah.
laws or
You gotta-
rules or something there?
You got to go to Wyoming to get a keg.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's an hour
Shut
and a
up.
half.
that's a far
Hey,
walk.
Hey Matt, your audio is a little bit low. If there's any way to get a little more volume, it'd be awesome. It
Can
sounds
you
like
hear
you're
me
a
now?
little bit.
Yeah,
Can you
Dave's
hear me
very
now?
needy.
No,
You gotta
I
hold it
just,
closer. There you go.
I
Yeah.
just want people to hear it, Ray.
Yeah, no.
He has
I mean-
He's
important things
walking.
to say.
He's walking to Utah to get a keg. Look, he's walking now. He's on the road.
He's walking to
Don't get
Wyoming.
kegs.
Yeah.
Wyoming, I mean.
Walking
Okay.
in.
Matt, where are you going? Did you just go to a
Justin
separate
was-
shop? Did you just go to a second place? You got two shops?
Oh, this is where the
Oh,
look
That's
at
so
that.
cool.
that is
Yeah, that's the
awesome.
yard I rode in.
Is that a skate
It's-
park?
All right, we're at the
He's got a flea
we're at
circus.
the old
A
house.
flea circus.
What is going on here? Matt, explain that. Explain your flea circus to us.
Oh man, he spends hours. Go ahead, Matt. What? How many hours do you have in that?
2 months.
2
Well, that
months.
was the ramp. There's
Look
the
at that.
trick ramp, and then I had to keep going and make the whole setup with the tree and the big car shed. Oh, this part was
That dirt jump seems a little out of proportion.
Uh-huh.
Matt,
I need to
Matt
mow
made a
lawn, too.
BMX dollhouse, is what he did.
So awesome.
Hold on,
Shut
let me. I got upstairs of the house.
Oh my
got
God.
That's cool. Shut
I don't
up.
know if I can get it. Hold on. That's where I parked my Mach 5.
The Mach 5.
Anyways,
Shut up.
since Justin was at that gym, I thought I'd show you guys my big mess of stuff.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That was the most incredible
But
yard.
now my mess. This is the mess now.
It's
We just
looking
did
good.
this brick.
Shut up. I love
Thank you.
you. Holy fuck, Firetruck.
And
You're real.
ski resort sign.
It's
Yeah,
kind of like
opens up.
Sanford and Son for BMX there, doesn't it look like?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, wow, you got stuff everywhere.
Yeah, it's a lot of leftover stuff.
Dun,
That's
dun,
the old
dun, dun.
garage ramp. And
Look at that. That's
Jesus.
Shut up.
I just
Yeah.
put up my
Mm.
that guy that my grandpa made.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's pretty much done. I got a couple pieces of metal to put down today. They're drying from being drilled and countersunk, but the spine went away this year. I was gonna
Yeah.
make the spine lower, and it was all rotted. So that was, right after my birthday. So April 4th, I rolled around one time this year. And then for the last 3 months, all I've been doing is, that's a big pit underneath. Stole all the dirt from that to make this.
Yeah.
Kick the turn back with a bunch of sawzall cuts and kick the turn back a little bit. Fill that in. Yeah, I work on stuff like and hardly ever ride, but not today. I'm gonna ride today. I'm gonna unquit.
Hell yeah.
Unquit today.
unquit. That'd be a good T-shirt. Unquit.
Unquit.
The
Okay, good.
unquit.
Because there's too much quitting going on this show. I
Shut
don't
up.
want any more quitting.
The
Yeah.
unquit.
Unquit today.
Matt's full
Okay,
of
what's the first
unquit.
trick you're gonna do, Matt?
Oh geez.
Just smash that beer can on his head. His seltzer
Uh,
can on his head.
I need
He's
a
gonna get real
360
tough.
to jump.
Firetruck. You're real. Shut up.
360 to jump.
Awesome.
360.
360 a jump.
I want to. Well, I got my front brakes off. No, I won't do it. I want to do a double bar spin again one day.
Yeah.
Today's the day.
Yeah. Get enough of those hard seltzers. Anything's possible.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
A couple of
one's enough,
seltzers,
I'm drunk now,
unquit
I'm switching to
attitude,
water.
you're set.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Cool, man. Hey,
Thanks.
Andy, how
Honest.
how does it feel to have your contest run so dialed already? You're
I
serious-
wouldn't say it's dialed yet, so it feels good to finally land it. So I finally got the whole thing last night. So if you go on my IG, you can see the whole thing. And I even got like the starter stop endo at the end, and then the 180 bail, just throw the bike down.
You're missing a couple fist pumps though. I noticed
yes.
the fist pumps. You're missing them.
I wasn't concentrating on those at the time. I just wanted to get the tricks down and kind of get the tempo. So
I
one of
want
the things
perfection,
is,
dude.
well, yeah, for the contest, the fist pumps are in, but
So,
for
Ray,
just
can you rate Andy at this stage of the game? So he's got 3 weeks in. You've seen, I don't know if you've seen the
Oh,
latest
he's gonna
footage, but the
pull it.
first-
He's gonna. I have a feeling he might pull a flawless run because I think when it comes down to the moment, I think when he goes out there, I think he's just gonna focus on the task and just do it. Because if you think about it, he's got nothing to lose. I mean, if he doesn't pull every trick, it's no big deal. But if he just goes out there and has fun and just like think of like, you know, how hard he'll be laughing if he really does pull the whole run, it'll be hilarious. It'll be awesome. You know what I mean? It'll be like, look there,
Andy,
I did it.
Andy, how is Ray as a coach? Was he too hard on you? Was he just hard enough? Was it like too much pressure?
He's been the perfect sensei. He is officially my sensei for the Schleckweg Do karate. And
Whoa.
and no, he's been great. So, you know, the biggest concern that I initially had was the rock walk. I've never done a brakeless rock walk before, and it was a little, I had never tried to do the front wheel spin without grabbing the brake, and it was always that.
It's kind of fun doing it that way, isn't it? Though?
Yeah,
It's kind of fun doing it without brakes.
Yeah, once you figure it out, but just, you know, I'm 40 years old and I'm trying it for the first time, trying to, you know, commit to that first spin is a little scary. And that's actually the trick I have most dialed now, which is funny.
Wow.
The second most dialed is probably the tail whip is okay. The mucus donut's the other one that's pretty dialed.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that I'm struggling with is endurance. So
yeah,
going from the mucus donut to the rock walk, and then after the rock walk, my forearms are just like burning from that last 180, like just holding on for dear life to spin around. And then you go right into the tail whip. And then after I land that, I'm gassed. So the swivel and then the rivet at the end, I'm like, you know, really hurting for energy. But last night I took some time and actually, you know, in between the longer tricks, or in between the tricks where I wasn't doing one back to back, I would go a little bit slower and just kind of take some time to breathe and kind of catch my breath. And that seemed to be the thing that got me through, because I've had quite a few where I've gotten all the way to the rivet, I spin it around and I get my foot on the frame, and then it's all over. Like my arms are jello, my legs just buckle, and I just can't spin it around. But last night I got it, so hopefully I can stitch that together, you know, a dozen more times. But
I can't wait to see Matt Google mucus donut, because I can see he's trying to figure out what a mucus donut is. I can see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
The mucus donut sounds sounds like something you get from that Voodoo Donuts place up in Oregon.
Yeah, in Oregon. Yeah, exactly.
It's
actual mucus.
It's probably the greatest trick that's ever been invented. I mean, people will say like the tail whip or the, you know, some of that stuff, but the mucus donut in my mind is probably the greatest trick.
Describe it for Matt so he doesn't have to Google it right now. So describe it. What is it exactly?
So it's this really intense trick where you do basically a 270 tail whip, and you catch it on the 270 and kind of stall, and then kick it. Yeah,
it's like a tail whip rebate. It's like boom and boom.
Yeah, so you whip it one direction, track stand for a second, and then you rebate, and then catch it again and right away.
Now Matt's got to look at what a track stand is.
We're
Here you
actually
go.
gonna do
There
it.
you
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
Gonna finger flip it. There we go.
180
Yeah,
or
and then
270.
Yeah, and then
270.
Gumpy on it.
Yeah.
Catch it.
Yeah. With
We
the
don't
tire
need
down.
Joe. We don't need Joe to show videos. We can just have
Yep.
Matt play him out on his
Yeah,
on his
exactly.
BMX
Yeah, don't-
dollhouse, John.
Don't go to
Yeah.
don't go to Instagram. Just go to Matt. There's Gumpy.
Gumpy.
And we got no hands.
No.
I gotta drill some holes so they can hold on.
Yeah,
I got
get your drill out. Hey
He's got
Matt,
to torture.
I
He's
got
got
a
to drill
TJ11.
Gumpy and torture him.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
damn.
So the other big thing that I want to ask, well, I think everybody on this call can help me with Justin. So Justin, you live what, 2 hours away from Winston-Salem, North
Yeah.
Carolina?
Yeah, near Charlotte. But
We'll see you there.
Oh,
then,
so you
Justin.
live near Charlotte.
yeah.
You know that I'm flying into Charlotte, right? And then I'm driving to Winston-Salem.
I'm doing the
Guess who
same,
you're
I think.
picking up?
Yeah. Didn't
So-
realize that.
Yeah, so I'm trying to convince Justin to go to the Huff Jam. And
I know. I
and
want.
like you say, oh, I can't confirm. Like I'm
What you-
confirming for you, and I think everybody on this.
Pack
On
up
this
the
panel.
kids and just make a trip out of it. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I know.
Well,
I know.
What do you need
it's
though,
complicated.
Justin? What do you need to make it feel like it would be, you know,
yeah.
a good experience for yourself? What needs to happen?
Well, the problem is just we only have one car and we have a scheduling thing. So there's
Dave
still
will
a
buy you a
chance.
car.
Yeah, we'll rent a car.
buy
So,
him a
okay,
car.
take that off the plate. We gotta
We're
rent a
working
car. I'm
on it.
probably gonna fly into Charlotte anyway, so
Are you
There's
going to
still a
that one, Dave?
I'm trying to.
But
I put my request into to the upper
My
management.
request?
I haven't heard back.
You got a request? What do you got to ask Joe?
No,
Only problem
I
is
want
I
my
can only
flight
make
paid
it
for. I
Saturday.
don't want to pay for my flight. I'm asking Reclamation Bike to fly me out there.
So
So Justin
Justin-
can only go on Saturday, so he's gonna have to. You guys are gonna have to drive him there, and then you're gonna have to Uber him home. It'll only be
Is
a
that
couple
right, Justin?
grand.
But I can't stay overnight. That's the thing. So, but there's
If I-
still a chance for work. I may be able to come. I'm really hoping. That would be
if
super
I
fun.
if I PayPal you or Venmo you some money to rent a car, would you go?
Andy must be rich because renting a car right now is very expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but for a day, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Well,
a
I
day wouldn't be that bad.
I don't know.
But
I think I'm
Justin-
going to be able to work it out. We'll see. But
Justin,
yeah,
would
it
you
would be-
rather have somebody
Well,
drive you, or would you rather rent a car and just do it on your own?
Probably easier to do my own. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm trying to make sure I can come. It's just I just can't say 100% sure, but it's most likely. So it'd be awesome.
Well, I have legal proof on my Instagram. I wrote a legally binding contract that if Justin liked my post, like my response to him, that he was legally obligated to come. And it basically said, I, Justin, confirm that I am coming to Huff Jam for at least part of one day. And
I
he
know.
liked it. And therefore it's a
Yeah.
legally binding contract. So I think we can hold him to that.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Justin's telling you to fuck off right now. I can tell.
Yeah.
I know.
See him doing
He
it.
is.
He's
Like,
not hiding it. Give it to him, Justin.
he's
There you
telling
go.
you, I'm calling my lawyer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm really hoping to come. That would be awesome. There's so many people I would love to meet. So
Is there any
Yeah.
reservation for you, your feelings about being there at the event? Because I
yeah,
don't know
because
if
of
you
my Tourette's, definitely. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. Just like I didn't let it stop me from coming on here. Like I'm super nervous, but I decided I don't want to let my Tourette's stop me from doing things and living my life. So yeah, I wouldn't let that stop me. Although it would be a challenge. It's always a challenge everywhere I go.
So
Especially
Yeah.
yeah.
no, you continue.
That my ticks target, well, everyone, but especially those that I have the most respect for. So, you know, like people that in my heart, I feel deserve so much love and respect. My Tourette's will give them the opposite of that. It will put, it will give you complete utter disrespect. And like, for example, women I have a lot of respect for, so they are one of the main targets of my takes. I will say very vulgar, inappropriate things to them.
I never thought of that. Yeah,
there's a woman, I will say things, but also anyone. It could be like a homeless person, a paramedic, police, military. It doesn't matter. Like anyone who you would normally have some level of respect for, I will give them the complete opposite. Fuck me in every way. So fuck me. So it's like, it's hard going around anybody. But again, I'm not going to let that stop me from going there. It would be totally worth the experience.
And we could help whatever you need, Justin. If you need like a place, I don't know how that would look, because I don't want to like completely remove you from the event. But if it's if you need some kind of, you know, maybe some bodyguards, like a whole, you know, the whole posse of people around you.
Yeah.
And
Matt and I'll go.
Yeah.
Matt and I'll go and just walk around, man.
Yeah.
I hope
That's funny.
I hope Matt can fight, because I can't. I'll just have to be a look, man.
So
I'm just here for the hot dogs.
yeah.
There
Give
you
him
go.
the
He looks mean. He looks the part.
So one of like the first episode that I was ever on, we were talking about inclusivity, and I was bringing up my, you know, anxieties and, you know, social situations, and how I was nervous going around crowds and, you know, going to an event and meeting people and doing stuff like that. And Justin reached out to me almost immediately after the episode went up, and basically was like, this is amazing. This opened my eyes. It was, you know, everybody that came on that show, they all kind of came on at different times, and we posed the same question, but they all answered it the same way. And it was, dude, we don't care. Like, just show up. Like, if you're riding and we, you know, and you're a cool person and whatever, like, you know, it's fine. You know, everybody will judge you just as a human and all this stuff. And, you know, Justin bringing that to my attention, that it helped him, like, you know, for this, you know, I feel like super awesome that he's on here right now. He had mentioned of like, oh, you know, I'd love to meet Dave. I'd love to, you know, come on the show and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, do it, you know, just do it. And I feel like if you come to that event, I can almost guarantee you, I haven't been to a big event in my life, but just having all these experiences with people that have, you know, reached out and talked with me, similar to you, Justin, and, you know, situations like that, I'm fully confident that if you go there, people will kind of, you know, they might look at you a little bit in the beginning, and then they'll be like, oh, whatever, cool, you know, and just then you're just one of the people, you know, you're just a normal BMXer, and even with your ticks and things like that, you're gonna get treated just like a normal. Bring your flute. You're gonna be treated just like a normal person. So
yeah, I agree. The BMX community is awesome.
I think you're muted, Justin.
I hear. We hear.
Oh, nope, my headphones. Sorry, never mind. That's my headphones.
Shut up. I love you.
I think that one of the things that Ray said earlier to Andy about you stressing your runs is something that my dad used to say before, when I'd get stressed out, like going to a contest or jam or to be around anything, just have fun, you know, like that's and that's like the main thing. Like, don't let everything get to your head besides that you're there to have fun, and like that's what everybody else is there to do, or hopefully. You know? And if they're not, they lost touch and they're in their own world, but keep your own fun, and like that's what bikes are for.
Yeah, exactly.
So see, Andy, what it is you've already done the run. Now, like, so you don't have like going to the contest and doing it. That's just for shits and giggles. That's just fun. You've already accomplished what you had to accomplish. So if you go out and nail the run, or if you go out and touch on every trick and don't do it at all, you're still awesome. You know what I mean? Like, you still have that run. So if you do it bad or you do it good, we're still going to talk about it the same. You know what I mean? It's still going to be, we're still going to talk about it, you know? So it's all good.
Yeah.
that's a really good point.
Don't get stage fright or camera shy.
Yeah.
I don't do well. Like, you know, I'm not the best under pressure, and I know there's no pressure, but mentally I'll put pressure on myself just because, you know, I want to do well and I want to show people what I can do, and I haven't really ridden in front of a large, like a lot of people watching, you know, so that'll be different too. But I will be there for the jams Friday morning and Friday afternoon, so maybe that'll help kind of break the ice if it were.
Yeah.
Break the ice.
Go out and just do if there's a jam going on, just go out and bust a tail whip and then ride off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then go out and do it again. If you go out and do it 3 times, just for the hell of it, and just do it. What's gonna happen? Just it'll be, you know, it'll get you used to going out there in front of people, but you know, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also still feel that nerve, you know, especially at the contest, but even shows. And I think it's important to still always have that, because if that didn't exist, then you don't really care. Like you have value, and you want to do this for yourself. You want to do it for Ray. You want to do it for us, and for many different levels. And I think what I've done is I just focused on the physical grounding. I never did this as a kid, but now more and more I start to think about what tools are out there. And if you physically think about your energy going through your feet into the earth, and you're like connected to the spiritual realm, like seriously, you like really get like focused on that. Maybe that's not your cup of tea, but I found that's helpful, because, and you see it with riders. If you ever see Matthias, the first trick that Matthias always does, he does a big old 540. And I asked him about it at one point, I think. And yeah, what I've come to is that he's doing that just because it's a trick he's got on lock, and it just like stomps and grounds him. Boom, I'm here, and then he gets into it. I'm sure he has the same kind of thing come up, the butterflies in your tummy or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
And I think, Justin, for you, that'd be that might be able to work for you if you have, you know, anxieties, or, you know, you're nervous about going around people, or you're nervous about your ticks. Dude, you're an amazing rider. Like you know, you're working on time machines and all sorts of other crazy. Oh, your mega spin, bar spin. I still hate you for that, but but yeah, you go out there and you bust out a couple tricks, and people will be like, "Yeah, this dude's a rider." You know, not that they would be judging you beforehand, but they would see what you can do, and it's just that next level, I think.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, one thing when I was a teenager, I liked why I spent so much time on my bike is people liked me for, they would look at my tricks, not my ticks, as cheesy as that sounds.
There's another t-shirt right there.
That's a perfect baby. Check out my tricks, not my ticks. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
All the little local kids in my town just all look up to me and like me, and everyone, even the grown-ups too, like everyone just loved my tricks. And so yeah, I love being on a bike. It's a good thing.
Awesome.
That absolutely needs to be a shirt. We need to try and arrange something.
It needs to happen at an AFA event. I think it's so like, it's so essential, Justin, because it's like people were there, they see everybody's individual, you know, style and bikes and whatever, like why they're there for all different reasons, but you coming out there, and I can just see it now. It would just make everyone just so thrilled, you know, because you're pushing your element to the degree that we all aspire to.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really hoping to come. That'd be awesome.
Well, I'm not hoping, because I know that you're going to come. I mean, like I said, it's
you're putting Justin in a lot of pressure, man.
That's true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Justin. I don't mean to.
I think what I would say, Justin, is that we're here to support you, however that looks, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we can accommodate whatever you need that you might think would help, you know, to process all that.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
And me, and I want you to know that me pressuring you this way is more out of respect knowing that, well, one, I just want to meet you and ride with you. But
I do the same
also,
thing. Yeah, if you really want somebody to go somewhere, you just like, come on, dude, you're just gonna go. Don't even worry about it, dude. You're gonna go. I know you're gonna be there. You got to try
Yeah.
to build up his confidence. I know what you're doing.
yeah.
Because
So-
once
so-
he gets there, he'll have it's the kind of thing where I do this all the time, like what you're doing right now. And then once they're at the event, then they'll look at you and go, dude, I'm so glad I came here. It's so awesome, you know?
Yeah.
absolutely.
That happens
For
all the time.
contest that I went to Huntington Beach and AFA, and I was a rider. I wasn't a show hack at that point. I was just like a long hair, stoner kid that hung out with Pete Augustine and Jason Parks. And I had a few tricks up my sleeve, and this guy John Peterson and Tony Murray said, you need to go to this contest. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm not good enough for a contest. Just go, Nori, just go. You'll have fun. Don't. And I was really the same kind of thing that you're feeling, Andy. I was like, but like, what, I don't classify myself as that kind of rider. And even though I had all this experience of riding in front of people, because I rode at the beach all the time, but I was like, a contest, that's a whole different thing for me, as opposed to a show. And I went there, and it's the same thing what Ray said. Once I got there, I was like, it opened up all the doors. I met Hugo.
Yeah.
Hugo Gonzalez like put me up in his room. He's like, yeah, we got a spare bed. You're good. We got you covered. And it was amazing. I literally paid for, I left with like $20 in my pocket, my bike, and I pitched in for gas money.
You've been going to places for free your whole life. Now I know where you get it.
You're right.
You've been a freeloader since the 80s.
I've been a
You're
freeloader.
a freeloading 80s hack.
I'm a freeloading freestyler, Flatland 80s hack.
Oh,
Okay, I'm okay with that.
You gotta pull it off.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
gotta be good at something, you know what I mean?
It's all
You
good.
got it
Hey
nailed.
Pat, when's the next event that you're going to? Will you be at Cornhuck this year?
That's the only thing I go to. I hopefully can make it. I don't go anywhere.
Justin,
I
can you convince Matt to go to Cornhuck, because he really needs to go to Cornhuck?
You should. Honestly, I don't even know what Cornhuck is. I'm
I
sorry.
don't either.
Writer,
Go-
but
Kind of sounds like
go to
Swamp
Cornhuck,
Jam
dude.
or something. One of those
Watch-
deals.
Watch Children of the Corn first, and then go to Cornhuck.
Oh, I'm out. I can't.
Nice.
I'm done.
sounds good.
It's
Yeah.
just like that out there.
I can't even watch Jaws.
I
I
love-
get too scared.
I love
Nice.
what they're doing up there. And
Oh,
they're
it's
doing
about-
a flat
everybody's psyched on everything. There's no bad vibes of anything at all out there. It's so fun.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
they're pouring slab. They're supposedly, Fred from Reclamation Bike has told me, because York Jam is the same weekend. York Jam, same weekend, which is not good. But I told Carl, I said, I'm actually invested in the Cornhuck more than the York Jam, because I really love
Yeah.
what he's doing. Yeah, I'm sorry to break the news, Ray, but I've been to York Jam once. I will go back again, but they're pouring a 50 by 50 slab for Flatland. And every Flatlander on the West Coast, on the East Coast, will be at York Jam. But I will be there with Matt, and we'll be doing big sliders across that beautiful new concrete.
Nice. That sounds
Matt,
fun.
bring him a case of wine coolers. You guys can get hammered, man. He likes the
Nice.
peach. He likes the peach and rose petal ones.
Rose.
Gross.
That was his breakdance name, Peach and Rose Petal. Him and Pete Augustine back in the breakdance days.
The cardboard hoods.
The cardboard hoods.
Nice.
I gotta go back to work. I got a bunch of stuff to do.
All right.
Yeah.
I got
All right.
excited.
I'm
Get
still
outta here, so-
rocking those bar ends, Matt. Those bar ends are my favorite part of my bike, dude.
Oh man, that's awesome. I need to dust some machines off in here and make some more.
Yeah. I got them a while ago. They're awesome. People talk about them. Like when I go somewhere and I'm riding, like, hey, where'd you get these things, man? I was like, Matt Berenger makes them. They're like, holy shit.
They very much play hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Cool,
love
Matt.
my Arbok bar ends that you made, that my wife got from you. They're so incredible.
Oh, thank
And
you.
hey, Matt, tell tell Nick Fletcher hi for me. I love that guy.
Well, he'll be here. What should I do to sabotage its bike? It's his bike. It's here.
Oh, you got his bike?
I can sabotage it.
Gumby
Flip the brake.
Shut up.
Does it have brakes? You can flip the front and back brake. See if he'll notice.
One good way to sabotage a bike is to put the fork in upside down.
Upside down or backwards?
Upside down.
Yeah.
Handlebars down, forks up. I won't do that. I got too much work to do. All right, well, I got to get out of here. So,
Matt, thank you so much.
Take
Yeah.
it easy, Matt.
Sure.
It's good seeing you, dude.
good
Yeah.
seeing you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Great.
Matt. Nice
For
meeting
the
you.
Have a great time.
invite. Carry on, carry on.
All right,
All
man.
right. Love you,
you,
Matt.
guys.
Have a
Yeah,
good
see you later.
Yeah. See you.
Hey, Justin, your response to when Matt came on was priceless. I loved it. It was so
good.
good.
That was such a nice surprise. He is my all-time favorite rider ever.
Really?
I just love
And I had no idea that you guys went to school together and you played in the same band.
So he was years before me and
Oh,
at a
you're-
different
okay.
school. I don't remember how I put two and two together, but I figured out that my band director used to teach at Roy High where he
Gotcha,
went, and
okay.
I just I asked him, and yeah, it's just a funny coincidence.
Got it. Okay, so it
Yeah.
wasn't the same time because he's older. He's much older than you, I would imagine.
A few years, I don't know how much, but
Yeah.
yeah. Because I
That's awesome.
started riding at 13 years old, and he was already, famous pro, whatever. So I figure a few years, but yeah, him and those other Utah guys I really looked up to. They were my heroes riding as a teenager. So I didn't
Yeah.
follow Flatland too much because I was one of the only Flatlanders in Utah. There are two others, Lee Powell and Coy Lee and Corbett Handrahan were three Flatlanders that I rode with as a teenager. But they were awesome. I loved getting to ride with them on occasion.
You
There's
still
some
see
good
them? Or are you connected with them? I know you're in North Carolina now, but do you still?
Only connected on Instagram, with two
Yeah.
of them. I lost contact with Corbett. I would love to see all of them. I hope to ride with them again someday if I'm visiting Utah with a bike. Someday.
Well, you could go to Battle in the Rockies in Denver and invite them to go at the event. There you go.
Yeah, they might be able to come out there.
Justin, these guys are planning all kinds of trips for you like they're goddamn travel agents,
I
man.
know.
They want you to leave the house. They're probably going to rob your house. They're like, hey, you should go
Hey,
here.
can I have
You should go
can
here.
I
You
have
should go here. They're making
I
it sound like you're the boy in the bubble that's never left your house, dude. Ease up on
I
them, dude.
know.
Can I have
I
the
know.
Google Calendar, please?
Yeah.
Just I want to have access to the Google Calendar so I can start scheduling. Ray,
Yeah, my
Ray, I
calendar's getting
love how
full.
you speak your mind. And I appreciate that because you don't hold back. So yeah, Justin, I just that was just an idea. I'm not trying to schedule you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I hope in the next few years to have more time to do stuff like that. Life's a little crazy right now.
How old are your kids? Justin, how old are your kids?
My son is 7, and then my 2 daughters are 10 and 14.
All right, that explains a lot right there why you can't go anywhere. See
Right.
that?
Yeah,
That's all you
yeah.
had to say. We could have stopped all this nonsense.
Yeah, that's a full house. That's
With
a
our
full house.
kids, man, you got they got a lot of stuff going on until they're around like 30 years old, dude. You got to teach them kids. Kids need help.
Yeah, and I'm the stay-at-home dad. That's my job now. A year
cool.
ago, I stopped working because my Tourette's got out of control, and so yeah, I'm stay-at-home dad. That's why I have such responsibility while my wife works full time. So
Yeah.
that's the difficulty with the jam and on Saturday and stuff. So, but anyway.
Yeah. All right. Understandable.
You got to learn how to throw that shit out there first, Justin. You tell them right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As we're like, yeah, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna rent you a car. I'm gonna say, look, dude, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I got 15 kids. I got shit to do. Back off.
Hey, what did you do? What did you do for work before, Justin?
So this is hard to believe, but many, many, many years ago, I worked in funeral service, but only for a couple of years. This was when my tics were much more mild back then. It's gotten progressively worse with age, but that was
You were
an
like a
interesting
funeral
job.
director? Like you had to go up and like people that just lost a family member? You had to go up and be like, I'm very
I-
sorry for your loss?
I did a little bit of everything from taking the phone call at 2 a.m. to embalming and driving up
Whoa!
everything.
Dude, let me
Wow.
tell you something. If you can do that job, you can do goddamn anything. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no
That's a rough job.
yeah.
Yeah. So
That's-
that period of life only lasted a couple of years, and then I left it because the schedule was not family friendly, just crazy, 75 hours a week and not
Wow.
enough money. It was just on call 24/7. So then I switched to working in chemical research labs. So running small chemical reactors for research. I worked in 3 different industries, running research for petroleum, for taking crude oil and refining it into gas, and
Oh,
also making plastic, polyethylene plastic. And then I also worked in making coatings, like the coatings that are on everything around you in that room that you're sitting. So those are the 3 kind of reactors I ran, making all sorts of stuff. So really interesting. That was like an 8-year period that I worked in those settings. Really fascinating to learn how things are made and how dangerous it is to make those kind of things that we take for granted every day. So,
Oh, yeah.
and involved in the scientific process. So yeah, really interesting. But yeah, now for the last year, I'm stay-at-home dad, and I love it. It's
Well, you kind of have a side hustle too. I mean, I think you could easily monetize it. You're great, like you're an amazing graphic artist or like a digital designer. So he's gone through and taken stills of people doing BMX tricks and drawn in like that person is Batman and all these like cartoon characters and stuff. It's
Yeah.
Do you have
That's
something you
been
can
fun.
show us? You have something that you can show us, Justin? Would that be easy?
Oh yeah, I could show you. Yeah, I've done probably at least 30 of them. People seem to really love them. I did one of Andy and a whole bunch of other.
Oh, we got to see that one.
Yeah, we want to see that one. If you have that one handy.
Probably
Yes.
Andy and a leopard teddy.
no, it's me as
Sparkler.
it's me as Sterling Archer from the cartoon Archer.
Shut up. Sorry, having to scroll down. It's almost here. Yeah, here we go. So
Here we go.
here's the original picture of Andy. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
for the
that looks
glare.
familiar. That's the
Yeah.
basketball court.
Yeah, we see that.
And then there's him
Ah,
as Archer.
Uh-oh.
Archer.
Yeah.
His zipper looks down.
Not very
No,
good.
it's just-
Yeah. There's
yeah, he's done.
Little Devil Derek.
Oh, look at that.
Little Devil Derek as the South Park Devil. Oh, I don't
You know,
have that.
Little
Where is it?
Devil was in King of Prussia at one point. The guy that owns Little Devil lives right down the road from me, and Little Devil was a 30-second sprint from my house for about 10 years or however long.
Do you know, when I was a funeral director, part of the time I lived in Reading, so I was not that far
Oh,
from
okay,
there.
that's
But
not far from King of Prussia. Holy cow.
I didn't
You
even
probably got a lot
know
of work
that-
in Reading. People always getting shot there.
Yeah, it's rough.
Hey, what's that one?
That
What's
was-
that one? Who's that?
That's the chicken. It's one of Matt Behringer's friends. Actually, he knows him. It's the chicken. He's a Utah writer.
I wondered about
Chicken.
that. Okay, yeah, got it. That's great. Oh my
There's
gosh.
Steve Crandall with his coffee shop. Turned him into Tweak from South Park because he's a coffee
That's
shop.
awesome.
So
That's
yeah, I
so
love
good.
doing this. The reason I love drawing so much is it's one of the things that calms my tics. Like biking, when I'm drawing, I'm pretty calm. I don't tick much. So I try to spend as much time as I can doing hobbies that calm me because I love that feeling. So
Hey,
I enjoy
Justin,
it.
how are you doing right now though? I just kind of want to check in because I don't know what this is like for you. Is this exhausting? Is this really like nerve-wracking? Are you ready to just get off the call? How are you doing?
I appreciate that. I'm good. Yeah, it is. It can be exhausting by the end of the day, but I mean, that's just my life and I'm used to it. So it's fine. I'm really enjoying this. So I'm good.
Would you rate this, like this experience right now, what we've seen, is that like what you typically would have? I mean, obviously you have different things that you do, art that calms you down, but would this be like what you'd be experiencing just an average?
That's That's a great question. So this is above average. Like if I'm just at home, with family, I'm much more calm. It's not like the constant 100 middle fingers per minute rate. It's not like what you're seeing. But it's hard to describe. I'm more calm. I can go, several seconds without ticking, and even while I'm busy doing stuff, laundry, cooking, I may not be ticking much at all, very infrequently, if I'm focused on something like that. So at home, I say from 1 to 10, if I rate the intensity of my tics, when I'm at home, it ranges from 1 to 5, or maybe 1 to 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. And then when I'm out in public, anywhere around other people, like at the stores, my tics range from 4 to 10. So and what you're seeing, well, at the moment, while I'm talking, I'm feeling more calm. I'm not ticking while I'm actually talking. But as I've been on the video, just like the constant, this is more like what I'm like at the store around people, is a constant motion, almost nonstop. And when I'm around people in person, the copro phenomena tics come out, which is a rare symptom of Tourette's. The stereotypical cussing, shouting swear words. Most Tourette's people don't do that, but it's only a small percentage of us. But it comes out so bad, like it targets whoever's in front of you. So most of my tics are totally random, as you've seen, just like saying random stuff that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But when copro phenomena, when you're around people in front of you in person, it's actually personal. Like the tics are personally customized for that person.
So like if you go to the beach and there's a girl with really huge boobs, you're gonna say something, right? You're gonna be like, you're just gonna shout out big tits, and there's really nothing you can do.
I want to suck on your tits, that kind of stuff. Like
wow,
that stuff comes out of my mouth. If I see a man and a woman walking together in the store, I say,
fuck her.
I love to fuck your wife while you're at work.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Or
so it can be dangerous. It can be really dangerous out there for you. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you never know how someone may react to that. Or a woman bending over to pick up fruit in the produce section.
Yeah.
Bend over again so I can fuck your ass. That kind of stuff comes out.
So all the shit we're thinking, you're just blurting it out, is what it comes down to. So if you were watching Dave do an AFA run, you'd be like, God, does he touch a lot? There's another touch.
Yeah.
Dave touches a lot.
Will you announce my run? Justin, if you're there, will you announce my run, please? That would be great.
He'd be a great announcer. He'd tell the truth, man.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and it's not always sexual, usually, because your brain just wants it to be the most inappropriate thing you could say. It wants to offend people. It's like my brain, it's like a different personality that has to offend people. And so usually it's going to be sexual related, but often it's not. Like anytime I see someone cycling, riding a bike down the road, and I'm a cyclist myself, I will tell them, I hope you fall and break your arm, or I hope a car hits you, or something like that. What? Or if someone's running, someone jogging for exercise, same thing. I hope you trip and fall and break your arm. Like, it's just whatever is inappropriate for the situation. Will come out of my
crazy
mouth.
And can you say, Justin? Oh, I was just kidding. I was just joking. I mean,
yeah. I just have to tell people I have Tourette's. But sometimes people get angry, but most of the time people are understanding, and usually I try not to let them hear it, because obviously the consequences of them hearing me could be bad. So I suppress my tics a lot, but the problem is suppressing is bad. It causes your tics to get worse, and it can cause a tic attack, which can be very severe. Like the worst tic attack I had was I was inside the building and my tics were so bad I was trying to suppress, and it got so severe. I was just like
Could have, like,
shaking my head
pass
so
out
hard.
or something.
So I ran outside to get away from people, and I ended up on the sidewalk outside on my hands and knees and shaking my head so hard.
Oh.
I was like an inch from bashing my head into the sidewalk repeatedly. And then a lady walking her dog across the street saw me and came and talked to me and calmed me down.
Yeah.
Got me inside and sitting down, and like that's what can happen if you suppress your tics too much. Like trying to hold it in makes it worse, and that can happen.
Yeah.
So other people.
How did she calm you down? Like, what did she say? Was it physical touch or words or both? What was the process of her calming you down?
What calmed me down? Just simply her talking to me. That's happened other places. A great example of how that works is at the airport one time. I was flying alone and had a couple hours waiting at the airport. I was freaking out, like so stressed about the flight, nervous about what's the flight going to be like around people. So my tics were out of control. I pulled out a book trying to read to distract myself. I could not even get through one sentence, like just my blinking, my shaking my head. I could not get through one sentence. I tried for a good 20 minutes. It was that bad. And all I was thinking the whole time is, I wish someone would just come and talk to me. Like, I understand why they didn't, because they have no clue what to say to someone like
you're
me.
probably hard to, if people don't know what's going on, it's probably really hard to approach you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I was in their shoes, I probably wouldn't approach me either. I wouldn't know what to say, but I knew that if someone had just talked to me, it would have calmed me down. And sure enough, as soon as I got on the plane, I told the people next to me about my Tourette's, and the lady said, "Oh, don't worry, I have a friend with Tourette's, so totally don't worry, it's fine." Instantly, my stress level went from 100 down to 5. So I was able to be fine the whole flight. I was ticking, but it was just mild, calm and quiet, and the noise of the plane was enough to distract. And so so that's why I'm raising awareness. One of the reasons is if people just know about it, all it takes is for them, if you see someone with Tourette's struggling, like looking uncomfortable, just simply telling them, I watched this guy on Instagram with Tourette's. You don't have to worry about ticking around me. It's okay. Or I have a friend, or I went to school with someone with Tourette's. You know, just that's all it takes. So going back to the lady with the dog, all it took was her talking to me, checking on me, and then I started calming down. So that's a big thing. So yeah, and that's partly why I'm raising awareness. I'm trying to make the world more comfortable for all Tourette's people to live in. Because all it takes is just knowing a little bit. It's enough that you can say, "Oh, I know a little bit about Tourette's. You don't have to worry. You can tick in front of me."
So Justin, I have a question. So when you have this, is this something you like? When does it show up? Is it like are you born with it, or does it show up gradually, or do you just get it one day? Does it ever slow down and go away with age? That kind of, or does it get worse with age?
A lot of people, it does get better with age, but there's also a lot of us who it gets worse. I've talked to a lot of people online who had the same experience as me, which is, and it's genetic, so you are born with it. But usually it shows up in elementary school. Mine, I mostly have memories of middle school is when I noticed my tics, and it was mostly blinking really hard, or opening my eyes wide, and also the head shaking like this. Those were my main tics in middle school. It's when I remember it starting. But yeah, I may have had stuff even younger, but I don't know. Tics kind of run in my family. Like a few members of my family have little occasional tics, but nobody has full Tourette's like me. So yeah, a lot of people, it gets worse with age, and it pops up usually elementary or middle school. And yeah, mine has gotten much worse with age, and also it's correlated with stressful jobs. There's been 2 times where it's gotten, it's been like this, and then it goes way up. And they were both very stressful jobs. The first one being funeral service. That's the first job that my Tourette's went from very mild to way more noticeable. But after I left funeral service, it just got way worse. That's when I was diagnosed at age 26. But so I actually got married and we didn't even know that I had Tourette's. But and then anyway, after I was diagnosed, I started to accept it and understand why I am different. And I was okay for the next 10 years working in those chemical labs. But then the last job I had in the chemical lab was really not good, we'll say. But very high, extreme high stress all the time. And it was after that, it was towards the end of that my tics just went skyrocketed way out of control. And it all happened in an instant. I have one of my videos, I talk about it. It's called The First Time I Said the Word Fuck. And that was interesting. It just started in an instant. I have never said a swear word in my entire life for 35 years.
What?
And I was gonna go my whole life. I was determined to never say any of those words. And then in an instant, I was almost at the end of work one day talking to my coworkers and they knew about my Tourette's. I ticked a lot, but all of a sudden the very intense urge to say but I stopped it. I was like, but. I was like, oh no, this is not happening. I suppressed like hell. It kept trying to come out out of nowhere. I just had to say but I stopped it. The whole day I was just saying but, stopping it. I was like, no. It was torture. And then the next morning, it was so intense. I got to work and started trying to do some lab work, but I couldn't do anything, like absolute, could not focus on anything. So I grabbed my best friend, lab partner, and was like, I don't know why, but I have a new tic. I have to say fuck, but I'm so scared because I've never said it before. Like it was a big deal for me.
Wow.
So
That's
she was
crazy.
there for me. I was like,
Yeah.
so I braced myself and I'm like, fuck. Then right after I said it, it was like, fuck, 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 for like 2 minutes straight, just nonstop. It was intense. And then it continued the whole day, not quite that frequent, but like I guesstimated that I must have said fuck like 2,000 or 3,000 times that
They
first
were all
day.
built up because you never said a curse
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Gotta let that shit out when
Yeah.
you're like 12, dude.
Yeah, same thing. That was a Friday. Then same thing Saturday, Sunday, and by Monday, I feel like it had settled down to a more normal level of ticking finally, where instead of saying fuck thousands of times a day, I was saying it hundreds of times a day, which was, I can handle that, more normal level.
I mean, Flatlanders say the F word a lot when they bang their shins, so maybe you're just destined to start cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was catching up for all the 23 years of shin things. Yeah. So that's when my coprolalia, copra phenomena started, and from there it's just progressed slowly over the past year. It's so strange, like how that came out of nowhere, and then it was correlated with the stressful job, and I highly believe that's what caused it to get to that. And then it typically, when you have coprolalia, it never goes away. It just, like other tics, they wax and wane and kind of change throughout life, but it's probably here to stay. And yeah, so it started with the swearing, and then a couple weeks later, the gestures started. That was another funny one. I was at church, and this lady was talking in church, giving like this talk about the hands of God or whatever, all symbolic.
There you go.
She kept saying the word hands like a million times. My wife and I were, so every time she said hands, the first time she said it, my hand went like this, and I knew, I could feel my finger was about to come up, but I stopped it. I was like, slapped my hand to say, no middle finger. And every time she said the word hands, again, just a reflex, my hand, and I would like slap it to stop. For like 5 minutes straight, she said that word like 20 times. And my wife and I were cracking up. We had to walk out. We were like, went outside, and we're like laughing about it because she knew what was happening. Just the night before, she had asked if I had ever had the urge to do that. And I said, no, that's not even a problem. But when that lady said hands, boom. And so and then we went back in after we thought I was cooled down. She kept going like another 20 times. She said,
Hands.
The hands.
This little old grandma was glaring at us for making such a commotion, being disruptive. But it was a few days later, it officially started. I let it out. I realized, just like the F word, there's no fighting it anymore. So started, and it's been nonstop ever since. Like all day long, my middle finger is up. It's just, it's so weird.
You something that your wife says that it means I love you. I love you. I mean, that's you basically redefine I love you. I love you. I love you. Right?
Yeah. Take the power out of it.
But yeah, that's a big thing for us. Is we changed the rules. You know, we come from a Christian background. You know, no swearing and all that. But we are changing the rules, and we're trying to help our family and friends to understand it. A lot of them do. A lot of them it's hard. But swearing has no meaning. Like our big thing is there's no such thing as bad words anymore for our kids even. Like words only have a bad meaning if you put a bad meaning and intentionally are trying to hurt someone with your words. But otherwise, it's just letters making a sound. So
in UK,
we were honestly
in UK, this is screw off. I mean, this is
he's gonna develop another tip.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
Oh shit.
Oh no, that's already.
There it goes. Way to ruin it,
Oh
Dave.
gosh.
No, that's already one, and I'll tell you that second. So a funny thing, one of our most proud parenting moments was when our 7-year-old said fuck for the first time. We were like, oh my gosh, he's learning that it's okay. Like it's hard for our kids to suddenly change the rules, and 2 out of the 3 are there. We're still working on the last one, but like honestly, it's so cute, and it's sweet that this is my kids supporting me.
Yeah,
that's why they do it. My family and close friends, they swear and flip me off and all that as a way of supporting me, because it makes me feel not so alone. Because if swear words are bad, if this is bad, then that means I'm bad because I do it all day long.
Right.
You know. So we changed the rules. We live by a different set of rules now, and it's And about the 2 fingers, I was aware of that. So a lot of tics have meaning, even though I don't put meaning behind it. My brain does, because you know how my brain wants to offend people. So my just like how my words, my F word progressed more and more inappropriate over time. Same with the middle finger. It started with the simple finger, then it started with the finger in the upward motion to symbolize putting it inside one. Then I added the second finger, which to other people means nothing maybe, but to me it means I'll fuck you with 2 fingers. It's like it's horrible, but like that's how my brain comes up with something more offensive. It's always trying to get more and more, and because
well, you know what? If you go to the York Jam and you see me and you just start calling me a fat fuck, you'll just be like all the rest of my friends. So you won't even feel different. You'll just be like, yo, fat fuck. And they'll be like, oh, hey, it's one of Ray's friends are here.
Yeah.
So there you go, man. You're one step closer to fitting in with everybody.
Has anyone done any kind of like meditation, or I don't know, is that power of suggestion? It seems like obviously the mind is very powerful, but how we can maybe trick it. I don't know. Have you you studied or looked into that kind of thing? Affirmation or gratitudes or anything.
I'm always trying to find different tricks for calming myself in different situations. One that we tried is a friend from church actually owns a massage therapy business, and so she actually offered, because she was trying to help. What we were hoping is, she said, maybe if we do frequent massage therapy. So we tried one and it totally calmed me. Like the entire hour, no tics, like completely calmed her full massage. So she wanted, for research purposes, to do a bunch. So we were doing it like several times a week, frequently for a couple weeks. the hope was that it could provide longer lasting effects. You know, after the massage, maybe it will keep me calm for a few hours, but we found that it didn't. But same thing by the end of it, still the minute I'm done with the massage, the tics come right back instantly. So we found that it was helpful in the moment. So like if my tics are out of control, massage could help calm me in that moment, but it's not going to give long lasting effects. So, and that's what I find with all the tricks.
Right, then you have to go from playing the flute to riding your bike to a massage to you just have like the best ultimate life of catering to, you know, everything that's wonderful, right?
Yeah, and with posting the videos, I've had a lot of interesting, funny suggestions, like riding on those rollers, those shoes that have wheels.
Oh yeah, the
riding a unicycle everywhere, and having some. There's been all sorts of interesting ideas, but yeah, at the end of the day, all those ideas, they just stop the tics in the moment. But then once you're done focusing on that, they come right back. The only thing, actually, okay, there is one thing that can have longer lasting. It's a very simple one. If I let all my tics out freely, like completely uncensored, not holding back at all, that can sometimes calm me for a few minutes at a time, where I won't have to tic for several minutes. It's amazing. I have to say some pretty horrible shit in order to get that feeling, but it's like, it's amazing. So like I use that in the store when I'm shopping, grocery shopping. If there's all these people around me and I'm freaking out, having a panic attack, and I will have to say some of my worst tics in order to get some calm, so I can have 2 more minutes of shopping without stress. And I found actually that I can text those tics to a friend, because there's a type of tic called coprographia, which involves writing and drawing tics. That's a very rare symptom, but I found that it works for me. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually helpful because, yeah, if I'm freaking out in the store, I can type some of my worst tics to a friend, and it calms me to where it might buy me 2, 3, 4 minutes where I can just go calmly through the store and not have to flip off every woman that I see. So
we gotta get Justin Joe's phone number. He's got to just text.
I was gonna say,
does it help? I'll pay you $10 a day to text. Because it's helping you, but I want you to text all your bad stuff to Joe, no matter when. That's gonna
Joe's
be the
not
new rule.
on. He's the target.
Yeah.
But does
Joe
someone
would
have
be
to
perfect
reply?
for that stuff.
Yeah, and Joe would love it. So does someone have to reply? Is it nice if you get a reply like, "Oh, Justin, I got that, and thank you for for sharing."
Great question. So I've experimented with it with my most trusted close friends, and I found that they don't even have to see it in that moment. But like when you can see the read receipt, if they've read it or not.
Yeah.
It can give me the relief even if they haven't read it. It's just knowing that they could read it, Does that make sense? Like it's like if I'm flipping someone off,
somebody's there, kind of.
Yeah, if I'm flipping someone off, usually I will try to hide it in some way, like do it behind my head or behind my hand or the shopping cart, whatever. But that's just suppressing, and that's not getting the tic out properly. In order to do the tic properly, the person needs to see it, right? Or at least they have to be able to see it. So maybe their head is turned the other way, but as long as I can do it out in the open, like, fuck you. And if they could turn and see it, that gets the tic out properly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of like how the message that I send to a friend, knowing that they will be able to see it, that gives me the relief of the tic. So same thing with in real.
Fascinating. And you do such a good job, Justin, of describing it. I watched a few of your videos and I felt like I got a really good sense, but hearing this, I don't know, Ray or Andy, if you feel the same way, but like I feel so much more relief and understanding and respect for you, Justin, because it's phenomenal what you're doing. It really is.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing awareness too. So I'm going to bring up if it's okay, do you want to promote your Instagram page?
Sure.
Yeah. So Justin's Instagram page
on the
is
bottom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
there
I
you
put
go.
it on
So
the bottom of my thing. It's BMX underscore Tourette's underscore life.
yeah,
And then I have a TikTok as well that's gotten pretty big lately. Like it's being well received over there. And that one's just called Tourette's Life with no space, just Tourette's Life on TikTok. And yeah,
yeah,
I've been sharing Tourette's videos. I used to just do BMX and RC cars and art drawing stuff, but I've really found a lot of joy in sharing the Tourette stuff lately. It gives me more purpose and makes me feel like I'm doing something for the Tourette community. So it's been really good and enjoyable.
I've been friends with you when you made that transition, and
yeah,
and I really appreciate it, and I highly recommend any of our viewers right now to go check it out. It's super inspirational. Plus, it's got good BMX riding in there as well, so that fits very well.
Yeah, I try to put one trick in every video.
Yeah.
What trick are you working on? I know you're working on the time machine, but what else are you working on right now?
So,
I hope he says mucus donut.
also trying to
right.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Mucus donut.
Do you know what a mucus donut is?
I've never done one, so I want to try it. But I want to get better at front wheel, like steamroller. I can get a steamroller going in a circle, and then I can switch hands with the seat and bar, but like not really much more than that. So I kind of want to do more of that. And also the lard yard, is that what it's called? Where you hold the I want to improve on that and like I want to transition better into an upside down wheelie. I've done it a couple times, but I'm not comfortable switching back and forth between those positions. So that kind of stuff I want to get better at. And yeah, I just want to I want to be able to do longer front wheel combos, like go in and out of hitchhikers easier, that kind of stuff. There are a lot of the tricks I can do, like I've done a bunch of times, but I'm not consistent with it. Like I couldn't do it on the spot. It would take me 10 tries in order to land one,
What about a whiplash? Have you tried a whiplash yet?
Those have always scared me. I've landed a few, but that was
Dave does them, don't you, Dave? You did them way back in the day, right?
I used to do them back in the day. I don't do them very well now.
You don't do them now?
I can do a single, but I don't even do doubles or triples.
Oh yeah, I could only do a single. They kind of scare me, but yeah.
I took one of my gnarliest spills trying a whiplash. I haven't tried it since.
I believe it.
I was millimeters away from completely. I mean, it would have been hospital. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was such a violent. Like it happened so fast that my hands were still on the handlebars. But from years of skateboarding, I knew to tuck my chin. So I tucked my chin, and even that, you can see my head snap back and my hat flies off. And it looks like I catch my head, but if I would have hit it, I would have been out cold in the middle of the basketball court. Probably just swollen brain.
Wow, I'm gonna wear my full face helmet if I ever try whiplashes again.
yeah. I'm definitely wearing a helmet if I ever try those again. It was an eye-opening experience.
You're real. Let's fuck on the couch. I try to be careful with my writing. Do stuff that's not too much above my level. I try not to push myself too much.
Hey guys, I kind of want to wrap things up. I'm really getting tired.
Yeah.
It's not about you, Dave. We're having a good time. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just telling you that.
This was a good show. This was a really good show.
No, it was a great show. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that Matt was able to get on. I'm glad that I was able to surprise you with that.
Yeah, that was super awesome.
We would love to have you back on, especially if you feel like it helps in any way. Like the more that you get to know us.
Yeah.
I would hope, my wish for us is that we could give you a sense of family, and you would come on the show with like the same kind of thing that you would do when you would go get, these different massage, or go get the family time that would actually give you relief and not anxiety. And maybe that's a tall order, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, well, I feel very loved by just being on here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. So thank you.
Yeah,
It's been
definitely
awesome
need to be on
meet
more.
you guys. And I'm glad you had Andy on too. I really like Andy. He's a good friend.
Yeah,
Virtual friend. It's weird how most of friends these days are you've never actually met in person, but
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
weird? Like that's funny. I feel like I know Andy. Like it seems like when I run into him now when we go to like the York Jail, we just be like, oh hey, what's up, Andy? It's like
Yeah.
not like I met him for the first
Yeah.
time, you know.
right.
It'll be funny.
And that's why
Oh,
I'm really hoping you can make it to, I mean, even if it's just, 3 hours. I know it's a long drive, but I mean, even if you can just make it out for just a handful of hours, just to say hi,
yeah.
meet people.
And you can flip people off.
Yeah.
We have to
He's
give them
got 6
permission.
kids, man. He's got 6 kids. He can't do it. 7 kids.
Or 3.
Yeah. Bring them along. Make it a family trip.
Yeah.
You know?
So which of you are going to be there? Andy's going to be there, I know.
I won't be there. My
I'm
big
hoping-
event's going to be the York Jam and then the BMX Hall of Fame, and
Nice.
so that'll be pretty fun. And that's a big year for me there, going to 2 places. I don't get out much. You probably get out more than me, dude. You know what I mean? I don't get out much. I hide at home.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be there. I'm hoping to be there, Justin. But
You
if-
are
if
going to
I'm
be there?
I'll be there in spirit if you're there for sure. Because that would.
Oh
be
yeah.
amazing.
Dave, let's talk offline. See if I can help a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Dave said I'll be there in spirit. What a dork. As he's in where are you again? You're in England again?
Manchester.
A couple weeks ago, he's crying that he's got to reply a guy's rant for money because he's so broke, but now he's farting around in a hotel room, in England, going to some bike thing.
Yeah.
Dave might be the most full of shit dude in the world. I can't figure him out. Keep them middle fingers up for me, Justin. Dave needs a lot of them. There you go. Yeah, give it to him. Hell yeah.
I was watching the live stream. So Jay from London was live streaming it. I don't know his last name. He goes like Jay Flatland or something like that on Instagram.
Today? You got to watch it from today?
Yeah, I was watching it live.
You're missing it. Dave's in his hotel room. He doesn't even know what's going on right now.
Yeah, he had a live video going during
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go, man.
during the best trick contest or something. It was something like that. Like
We just had like an open jam. It wasn't necessarily best trick, but we're just doing it where it's more like a one or done. Yeah. That was fun. No, it was good.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right. We're gonna have Justin on again. One of these days, Justin's gonna come on and go. Do you guys remember back when I used to have those ticks? They're all cured, man. You guys fixed it.
Yeah.
I feel so calm here on Factor Freestyle.
Yeah.
That's all.
Come on now, Justin. Can we just get one? Can we just get one flip? Can you just flip us off once?
He won't even do it now. Look at that. Look, he's calm. Look at that. Look, he froze. He's calm.
Don't. Yeah. There we go.
There we
Don't
go.
suppress it, Justin. We want it.
I can give you better than one. I can give you 2,000.
Double.
Yeah.
In one sitting.
Just know, Justin, that we 100% support you, respect you, and want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
So don't ever feel bad.
I hope to see you soon at the Huff Jam. Thanks, and we'll see. But
Definitely.
if not there, then definitely some other time. I hope to meet all of you someday. So thank you so much. This has been awesome. Fucking awesome. I love you.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys. Take it easy, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Take
Peace out.
it easy.
Love, peace, and
Fuck off.
chicken grease.
Woo!
Fuck off. Fuck off. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Fuck off.
Bye. It's great talking to you, man.
You too. Fuck off. See you later.
Later.
Bye. Fuck. Shit.